Elementor Addons. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the free XPRO Contact Form widget for Elementor. Contact Form widget is used to streamline online communications and helps you to maintain meaningful relation with your customers. Let me show you some examples of Contact Form widget. Okay, let me show you some real-time use cases of this Contact Form widget. Here, the Contact Form widget is used on a jewelry website. As you can see, it allows customers to ask specific piece or custom designs, request personalized jewelry, and book appointments. The Contact Form improves communication, adds professionalism, and builds trust. So overall, it enhances services and makes the website user-friendly. So here is another example. A Contact Form widget can be used in any business website just like this. It helps customers to ask questions, share feedback, and get help easily. It also lets people ask about partnership, or you can say that collect info for marketing. Overall, it makes a brand look more trustworthy and helps it grow. Before we start, please make sure you have got the XPRO Addons downloaded. If not, then I'm adding the link in the description below. Or you can watch the video of how to install and activate the XPRO Elementor Addons. Now let's dive into the process. Okay, let's say you have a website and you want to give your visitors a way to contact you. You can do that by adding a contact form. So today we'll be learning how we can create a contact form like this for a WordPress website. Anyone who is visiting your site will be able to fill this form, and when they click on send, they'll get an email with the message they have sent. So this will give your visitors a way to reach you whenever they need help or whenever they have something to share. So let's create this contact form. Let's select this one and remake it with me. First of all, search the widget contact form from this widget panel and drag it to our desired location on this page. So this is the default view of our widget. Under the Content tab, there are two sections, General and Settings. First, we'll start with the General section. Here we have these items. By default, there are 3 items over here. Let's click on each and you'll be able to add the type, label, placeholder, required, and columns. Yeah. Let's select the type. I'm choosing here text. Now we can choose the label for this item. In simple words, we can rename this item. Just an example, you can write here a full name, yeah, something like this. I'm writing here a name. Next is the placeholder option. Placeholder text is like a descriptive text displayed inside an input field until the field is filled. It disappears when you start typing in the field. Placeholder text is commonly used in current user interface, so you have probably seen it before. Yeah, I'm writing here your name. And look. Next step is to choose if this field is required. Toggle on this option if this field is required. Decide whether visitors have to fill in this before they can submit or if it's optional for them. So let's toggle on this option. Now you'll see the red mark here. And look, this shows that this field is required, like must have to fill this field. Now we're going to give a try to this column option. From here, we can select the size of the column. Let me show you. Let's choose the 4 column. And you can see the size of the column. Let's try the 8. And look, I'm choosing here 12. Yeah, that's fine. Now close this item. And if you want to add more items, then click on this Add Item option. You can add any items as much as you want. Now let's move to the email. Let's make this field required. We can also change the placeholder. I'm writing here your email. Now let's choose the column 6. Now click on this new item and we'll choose the type to text, label to subject, placeholder. I'm writing here your subject. Yeah. And if you want to make this field required, then toggle on this option. 12 columns, yeah, good to go. Now close this item, arrange this according to your preferences. I'm arranging this like this. Now let's explore the other features. Here we have this show label option. From here, we can choose if we want to show the labels of these fields. Let me toggle off this option. And look, there is no label. We just simply have to write into the relevant field. Yeah, now let's toggle on this option and look, you can see the labels here. Next step is to choose if we want the required mark. From here, we can choose if we want the required mark. Just toggle on this option and you can see the mark here, like this. And if you don't want, then toggle off this option. But I'm choosing this option. Yeah. Now we have this feature reCAPTCHA option. If you don't want to receive spam emails from bots, you can enable this reCAPTCHA option. It helps you to verify that the email you receive are from real people and not automated programs. From here, we can choose if we want to show the reCAPTCHA. Let's toggle on this option. And you can see. Now that we are done with the general section, let's move to the settings section. Here we have this form name option. Now with the form name and subject option, you can create a text that appears with an email sent by the user. This helps in understanding the type of the email that you received. Let's try something. I'm writing here application form, yeah, so that whenever you'll receive an email, it will be mentioned here that you received an application form. Now let's set this to request form. Next option is subject. Here you can write the subject. You can write any subject according to your preferences. Now we have the option to change the button text, but I think to send is good. You can write any text according to your choice. Moving to the next option, here we have success notice. Let me tell you about this option. Basically, success message notice tell users that they have completed a task or achieved a goal or that an action within the system has been successfully completed. So when the user fills the form and sends us the query, a pop-up message will show up that shows your query is submitted or successful. Yeah, from here you can change the success notice of this form. Just for example, I'm writing here success, or we can write here form submitted successfully. Yeah. Let me show you the practical example. Let's write the name. Email. Subject. And message. Now click on send and look, this is this success notice. If we want to change the message, then you can change from the success notice option. Hope you guys are getting it in the right way, that how to use these options. Same as success notice, we also have this error notice option. An error message is the information displayed when an unforeseen problem occurs. So if they use any false information and problem occurs, it will show an error message. You can edit the error message from here. Now we have this required notice option. From here you can change the required notice. As I told you about the error and success notice, you can do this in the same manner. Yeah. Now close the settings section. As we are done with the content editing phase, it's time to jump in the styling tab. Let's do some styling of this contact form. So let's start with the general section. Here we have column and row gap. If we are having 2 or more columns, then you can adjust the gap between the columns by this option. Just drag the slider to adjust the column gap. In the same manner, we can adjust the row gap. setting the column gap to 10. And the row gap to 30. Next step is to choose the background type if we want. Here we have two options, classic and gradient background. Let's try the classic. For this, we need to choose a one color. Let's try somewhat pink or light pink, like this. Now let's try the gradient background. For the gradient background, we need to choose two colors. Let's choose the second color. Let's try somewhat blue. And look, this is the gradient background. You can add any gradient background according to your choice, but in my case, I'm not using any gradient background or simple one. Yeah, I'm just keeping it simple. Now we can choose the border type if you want. Let's choose the border type to solid. And when you enable the option, you'll also have the option of border width. We can use the border width option to define the width of the border on the four sides. You can type in the value in the counter and the result will appear like this. We also have this border color option. Let's choose the border color. Let's choose somewhat orange to match my theme. Now move to the next option. We have border radius. The border radius tool allows you to adjust the shape of the element by rounding their corners. To adjust the radius, type in the value in the counter and use the four counters to adjust each individual corners. Let's try somewhat 20. I'm just trying the same value in the all four counters. And look, you can see the round edges. Now let's move to the next option. Now we can add some padding. Let me tell you about padding. Padding is used to create space around the content inside the defined borders. This applies to widgets, columns, and sections. You can see that padding grows the widget size and shrink the content inside. Let's try 20. Now we have this margin option. Basically, margin is used to create space around the element outside the defined borders. Again, this applies to widgets, columns, sections. Let's try some margin. And let's try 50. And look, this is how it works. Now let's set this all settings or options to default. I'm just keeping it simple as I showed you before. Now it's time to move to the label. We're going to style the all labels. Click on this typography drop-down menu. From here, we can change the font size, fonts family, weight, and much more. Let's choose the fonts family to Poppins. We can also adjust the font size from here. Simply drag the slider to adjust the font size. Let's set this to 20. No, I think so 18 is good. Yeah, it's fine. 18 is good. We can also choose the weight from here. I'm setting the weight to 400. No. Let's choose the weight to 500. Yeah, that's perfect. Now let's dive into this color option. From here we can change the color of the label. Let's try somewhat orange. And look, but I'm good with the black one. Now we can change the mark color if we want. Let's try somewhat orange. And look, let's set this back to red. We also have the spacing option. If we want to give space between these labels, then use the spacing option. Now close this general section and move to the field section. First, we have this typography group. We can change the fonts family. I'm choosing here Poppins. Now let's set the font size. I'm setting the font size to 16. And the weight to 400 normal. Now close this typography group. Now we have this place color option on normal and focus state. Let's choose the focus color. Type in the name and look. Now move to the normal. Let's try the color on normal. Let's write the name. Anything else? We can also change the background color from this background color option. Let's try a color somewhat pink or light pink. You can see this is how it works. Now I'll walk you through these options: border type, border width, border color. Let's choose the border type to solid. And let's try the border width. 20 somewhat. Yeah, I'm just showing you that how these all features will work. Now let's try the border color. The border color should have to be somewhat orange. We also have this box shadow option. Let me tell you about box shadow. Basically, shadow allows you to add a visual effect to an element, giving it more depth and creating a 3D effect. From here, you can add the box shadow like this in the horizontal angle, in vertical too. You can also adjust the blur and the spread that will increase or decrease the intensity of the shadow, like this. You can also choose the position of the shadow to outline and inset. And look. Now set these all options to default because I'm good without this shadow, or a shadow is not needed yet. Now let's try the border radius. Let's set this to 50 and look. Same manner, we can try the padding, set the values, and you can see the results. Yeah. Now let's set the all option to default. Now close this fill section and move to the notice section. First, we can choose the alignment of the notice. We can choose left, above, and right. Now let me show you the practical example. Write the name, email, subject, and message. Now you can see the notice here. Now click on this typography drop-down menu. From here, we can change the font family. Let's set this to Poppins. And the font size. Yeah, I'm setting the font size to 15. We also have this color, padding, and margin option as I told you before. You can use these all options according to your preferences. Now let's remove this all. Now move to the button section. Let's choose the button column. I'm choosing here 12. We also have the alignment option of this button. We can choose left, above, and right. I'm choosing here above. Now click on this typography drop-down menu. Let's change the fonts to Poppins. Let's change the font size. Drag the slider to adjust the font size, or we can adjust the font size manually by adding numbers here. I'm setting the font size to 20. Now let's choose the weight to 500. Now close this menu. Now let's adjust the button width like this. Now set this back to default. Next step is to choose the button color on normal and hover state. Let's choose the button color on normal. I'm choosing the button text color to dark blue just to show you how this feature will work. Like this. Now move to the color option of the background, or you can say that button. Yeah. Let's set this to somewhat dark blue to match my theme. And if you are confused choosing the color, you can also choose the picker to choose color for you. In this way, you can choose a perfect color to match your theme. Again, we also have the border type option. Let's choose the border to solid, border width to 2, and the border color to dark red so that you can see how this border will work on the button. Now set these all options to default. Now we have the option border radius. From here you can make the edges round of this button like this. In this way you can make the button interactive and captivating. Oops, we forget to move to the hover. Let's move to the hover. We have to set the button color on hover state. So let's try the button text color. I'm setting the text color to orange. You can see. Now set this to default. Now move to the button color. And now set this color to orange. Yeah. And look. Now move to the border radius. Yeah, set this back to default. I think so. I'm good with the straight edges. You can also try the padding in this way. First, let's unlink the values. I'm setting the top and bottom to 20 and right and left to 260. This is the manual way to set the padding of the button. We also have the margin option. Let's try the margin 22. You can see the space from the element next to the button. Yeah. Let's set the top to 10, 20, 50, I guess. Yeah, I think so. 50 is best. I'm setting the margin from top to 50. And look. Oh yeah, that's amazing. I love it. Now close this button section. Click on Publish, Save Changes. Now let's have a final look. And this is the final result. It's amazing, right? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments below. I hope you guys found this video helpful. So don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more videos like this.